So in this video we're going to talk about curtain walls. So if we go here for wall, from the properties panel we will see that we have three types of curtain walls. So I'll just draw them on the side and then we're going to apply them to this building. So the first type is curtain wall, which is this one, and then we have exterior glazing, and then we have storefront. Let's just see them in the 3D. Okay, so this is the first one, which is the curtain wall, and then we have this is the second one, which is exterior glazing, and then we have this one, which is the storefront. What's the difference between the three? The first one is only glass without any divisions. The second one, the exterior glazing, it's already divided. And the third one, the storefront, it has mullions already in the modeling. Okay, so we can edit each one of them depending on what we want. So if I select this, for example, this is the storefront, I can go to edit type here, and then I can change the spacing between these lines. So for example, instead of 1500 or 224, let's say I'll just change it to 2000. Okay, and when I click on apply, you will see that the spacing now it's divided to 2000. The same thing goes for the horizontal grid. Instead of 2400, let's say I'll just change it to 3000 and then click on apply. So it will move up. Okay, if I change it, for example, to 500, in this case I'll have more glazing. Okay, or more mullions. Okay, so for now I'll just keep it as 3000. Apply, and then okay. Okay, so the same thing we can do for this one as well, which is the exterior glazing. We can change the when we go to edit type, we can change the spacing. So instead of this, I'll keep it for example 1500, and then here let's say I'll just change it to 5000. Okay, or the height here is 4800, so let's just change it to 4800. Click on OK, and that's it. So now it's divided only vertically, it's not divided horizontally. Why? Because I put the horizontal gaps to be similar to the height. Okay, I'll just move them a little bit so we can see better when we are modifying. Okay, I'll keep this one here, and then I'll select this one, go to move, and click here, and then move it to the back. Okay. So we can change the divisions from edit type, or there's another thing that we can do. We can select the wall, and then from architecture here we have curtain grid. So when I select curtain grid, I can add curtain grid to any curtain wall I have. Okay, so let's come here to this one. So I can add any, click here on plus. So you will see that if I go to the face itself, I cannot add anything. I have to add them from the top. So from here, for example, I'll click on 1000, and then let's add another 1000, and so on. Okay, so let's say for this one, I'll keep it 1800, and then again, I'll take 1000, and so on. Okay, the same thing you can do here horizontally. You can add divisions depending on what you want. Other thing that you can do is you can come here to this one, select element by face, and activate it. Now when it's activated, this one, okay, what you can do is you can just click here on the face itself. You don't have to go up to the line and click on the lines to get these extra lines. Okay, so you can just click wherever you want on the face itself. The other option that you have is one segment. Instead of all segments, I'll select one segment. What this will do, it will give me the option to add divisions inside anything that I have. So for example, here, I can add this division. Let's say here, I'll add it this way. Okay, of course, this you can do to all the types. So for example, here, I can add this division here. Let's say I'll keep the lower part 3000 and then the upper part 1800. Or if I want to add another division here, I can add it. Okay, so this way you can add divisions wherever you want. Okay, so this is if you're using the curtain grid. One more thing, if you use the exterior glazing, if you want to change any of these, sorry, let me just go to curtain grid. If you come here to change any of these, okay, yeah. If I select this one, I want to move it. I cannot move it. Why? Because it is pinned here. Okay, so if I want to change anything, it will not change. Why? Because it's pinned. Because it's already coming with the glazing from the beginning. So I can just unpin it from here, and then I can change this one, for example, to 1000. Okay, but if you change any of the lines that you already added yourself, they are not pinned to anything. So let's say this, I will change it to 2500. So now that's fine. Okay, so you can do this for all the others. So let's say this one is 500. Sorry. Just click on cancel, select this again, and change this to 500. Okay, so that's it. Just make sure that you're not selecting anything else, you're just coming here to the line. So when you're selecting anything in a curtain wall, you have an option of selecting the wall itself, or selecting the divisions, or selecting the glazing part. So to select any glazing, you have to click on tab and then select the glazing itself. Okay, so tab, sorry. I'm double clicking, which you're not supposed to do. Okay, so I can select this one separately. Let's go back to something else, and then we can come back to the glazing part. For adding mullions, now we've added the grid. Okay, next step is adding mullions. If you want to add mullions, you can add them by just selecting mullions from here, and then you can click on the lines. For when you're adding any mullions, okay, I'm just clicking, you can change the type of from here. We have a lot of types. So for example, we have circular here, we have L corner, quad, and so on. So this is for the rectangular. I'm using 50 by 150. You can use 30 mm square, for example, and select. You will see that this is different than this one in size, but still it's a rectangle. Let's select, for example, this one, which is radial, and add it here. So you'll see that this is a circle. Okay, so you can select depending on the design that you have, what you want to do. You can add the mullions wherever you want. Okay. Next, let's add a door, for example, or let's go back to the to selecting a specific panel. So for example, for this glass, I want to change this one and make it fixed, or let's say this one. Okay, so I'll just click on tab and click on this. So now I'm selecting this glass panel. So you will see here in the properties that this changed to system panel and it's glazed. So I'll just change it from glazed to anything else that we have. Okay, so instead of glaze, I'll change it to solid. Now it's solid. Click on edit type, duplicate, create, for example, let's say a wooden material. So this is wood. Click on OK. And then I will change the material, the finish itself here. Click on it and change the material to, let's say, wood. And let's say I'll select whatever type you have here. So let's say oak. Okay, this is flooring, so I'll just select mahogany, for example, and then click on OK and OK. So now this is wood. If you want to change the thickness, again, you can come from here and change the thickness. Let's say I'll make it 100. Click on OK, and you will see that the thickness has changed. Okay, so let me just change this to realistic. Okay, so you can see now that this is wooden. If you want to change this panel, for example, to a door, usually when we add doors, we add them from here, from this door. But because this is a curtain wall, it's a different system. So the first thing we need to do is to load curtain wall doors into our project. So I'll go to, insert, load family. From load family, we'll open this folder. I'll go back to a US metric because it was in the US Imperial. So we are working with metric system. From this US metric, I'll go to doors, And then we have these three curtain wall doors. Okay, so you see these three are curtain walls. So we have single glass, we have storefront, and we have double glass. You can select whatever you want. So let's say I'll select this double glass and click on open. Now this is loaded into our system. Okay, so I will just select this again, tap, let's say this one. Now I've selected this one. I'll change it here to door curtain wall double glass. So it will be changed to double glass. If I go to the ground level, you will see now this is a door. Okay, let's go back to the 3D. So this is how you can change the panels in a curtain wall. Now let's do this on the plan that we have. So I'll go to the ground level again. This is the ground. So I want to add the curtain wall here, and I want to add it as a curve. If I want to do this, I'll just go back again to architecture, wall, and then change this one to whatever you want. Let's say I'll select exterior glazing, and I'll start drawing it. So basically you're drawing a normal wall. So I'll come here to arc and then select this point, the first point, end point, and then the midpoint. So let's say it's this one. Okay, so I have it now this way. You will see if I zoom in that it's a little bit breaking. It's not a perfect curve because each piece is a different, it's a glass piece, so it will not be curved. So if you come here to edit type, and let's say duplicate, and change the spacing, and instead of 1500, I'll make it, for example, 4000. You will see that, sorry, this is for a new one. So I'll just select it again and change this one to exterior glazing 2. You will see if it's 4000, you will see that the divisions are bigger. So in this case, the pieces are more straight. So it's broken a little bit. It's not a smooth curve. Okay, so you can either change it from here, or otherwise you can just come here to curtain grid, and then you can add more divisions in the grid itself. So the more divisions you have, so I'm just adding divisions here to the middle part. The more divisions you have, the more the curve will be smoother. Let me just go back, add this to the middle, come here to the middle, and so on. So you'll see now that it's smoother. So you can just let me go to the 3D to see it. Okay, so we have it here. Of course, I'll just change this, sorry, to shaded, so it will be a bit clearer without all the materials. So for this one, it's constrained to the first level. You can change it to the second level, so it will come to the second level here. Okay, and again, you can add curtain grids wherever you want. So let's say I will add one here, and then I'll add one here. And then let's say I'm done now. So I'll just, I will select mullion, and I will change the type, and instead of circular to quad mullion, for example, and I will start adding it. If you just want to add it on sequence, you can select grid line segment and select this one. Sorry, instead of quad, I'll select the square one because I'm adding it here. So grid segment, select this one, so you can see it here. This one, and this one, for example. Okay, so I'm done with these. Only these three, for example, I want to add. So now the next step, I want to change these panels to be doors. So I'll select tab, and then I will change this one. And I'll change this one to door. Okay, but before I change it to double door, let me just go to insert, load family. I'm indoors, so I'll select the single glass, and then again I'll come here, tap, and select this one and change this one to single glass, and then I will select this one again and I'll select single glass. So now let me go to the plan. You can see that I have two doors. I'll just select this one and change the direction to the second, to the other side. Okay, so now I have these two glass doors. Let's say I want to select this one. and I will change it, instead of glaze, I'll change it to wood. The same thing I will do for this. So tab, and then I'll change this one to wood. Okay, so you can do the same thing for the others. Okay. Okay, so tab, and then change this one to wood. I'm selecting this in the 3D, so it's a bit selecting other things. So don't forget to just press on tab, and then the same thing for the others. So I'll change this again to wood. Okay, so you can play around with it until you get the design that you want. And yeah, that's it for the curtain walls. One more thing you just need to know. Let's say I have a wall here above this one. Let's just go to the not ground floor, let's go to the first floor. So on the first floor, let's say I have a wall above this part. Let me just go to architecture, wall, select normal wall, let's say this one, paint. I'll select arc and start from here to here, and then I'll add it here. Okay, so for this wall, I'll go to the 3D, and then because they are now above each other, this is wrong. So what I will do, I will change the top constraint to be unconnected, so I can control the height. So I'll keep it as 500, and I'll create an offset of 4300. Okay, so now it's only on this side. So for the glass, I will select this curtain wall, and then I will select an offset here in the second, in the top offset minus 500. So what will happen? It will start under this wall. So this is if you have a frame. Sometimes you have a frame from here, from the ground. Sometimes you have it from the top. So you can do this. You can just make sure that everything is in the correct position. I'm not sure if I used the correct dimensions or not, but just make sure that you're following the correct dimensions. I can always go to the north view or the east view, I think. Yeah. Okay, and make sure that I fix this one. So this is wrong. So I just need to change this, the base offset, for example, to 4500. Let's check. Okay, so now this is perfect. And then I have 500 here. Okay, so you can do this at the top, you can do it at the bottom, depending on the design that you have.